please welcome to the stage your 2019 SPSP President. From the University of Illinois at Chicago, Dr. Linda J. Skitka.
Good evening and welcome to Portland. I'm so excited to be with you tonight in the spirit of recognizing excellence in the field of social and personality psychology. I came into the role of the SPSP President just a few weeks ago, and I'm fortunate to be standing on the shoulders of many leaders before me who have moved SPSP forward. It's because of the strong foundation that we can do the many things we do for our field. In particular, I'm very fortunate to be following in the footsteps of last year's President, Lynn Cooper. Lynn, could you please join me on stage? Lynn, you have served in many roles in the Society, working with several committees, publications, and initiatives. For all you've done for SPSP, I want to personally thank you.
Thank you. It's my honor.
I'd like to ask Lynn to stay on the stage as we recognize many of our colleagues whose work in the last year has risen to the top. I want to thank the many award nomination and selection panels that spent countless hours selecting tonight's recipients. I also send a special thank you to the board of the Foundation of the Personality and Social Psychology, who have worked over the years to endow several of tonight's awards, and Sage Publications for sponsoring the awards ceremony. The first awards of the night are the Student Publication Awards. SPSP recognized excellence in student research published in SPSP's 3 journals. This year's winners include Frederick Clavel for his article, United and Divided by Stress, How Stressors Differentially Influence Social Support in African American Couples Over Time. He's not here? I'm sorry, I didn't see in my notes that he is not attending. Bruce Story for his article, Helping Others Regulate Emotions, predicts increased regulation of one's own emotions and decreased symptoms of depression. David March for his article In Harm's Way on preferential response to threatening stimuli. Emmett Goldenberg and Kinneret Endevelt for their article Making Intergroup Contact More Fruitful, Enhancing Cooperation Between Palestinian and Jewish Israeli Adolescents by Fostering Beliefs About Group Malleability. And Feng Bai for his article Beyond Dominance Competence, A Moral Virtue Theory of Status Attainment. So that's congratulations to our Student Publication Award winners. I would like to invite Daniel Bath from SAGE and Jenny Crocker from the Foundation for Personality and Social Psychology to join me in presenting the next awards, which are the 2019 SAGE Young Scholar Awards. Recipients of the SAGE Young Scholar Award are between 3 and 7 years into their first academic faculty position and are already setting themselves apart from their peers with cutting-edge research. This year's winner are Will Gervais, Iger Grossman, Paul Piff, Aiden Wright, I'm sorry, also not in attendance. Micah Lohman, also not in attendance, unfortunately, but Lauren Human, who's also not in attendance. And Michael Varnum, who fortunately is here. and Rebecca Neal. Congratulations to this year's Sage Young Scholars and their tremendous achievements. Okay. Jenny? I think you stay up for a minute. Our next award is endowed by the Foundation for Personality and Social Psychology through a generous contribution from Bob Cialdini. And Jenny's going to say a few words about the foundation.
Yeah, I'm happen to be the president of the Foundation for Personality and Social Psychology this year, and I think that many of you probably have no idea what that is. So the foundation was established as a separate organization from SPSP with the mission to promote and advance this fields of personality and social psychology, and to encourage and receive contributions in support of that mission. So thank you to all of you who have made contributions to support the activities of both FPSP and SPSP. So one of the things we do to raise money is we have the Heritage Wall of Fame, which acknowledges important mentors in people's lives, and that's a really satisfying thing to do to honor our mentors. And also the funds that we raise go to support dissertation grants. So several graduate students will receive dissertation grants to support their dissertation research. And then the other major thing we do is the SAGE Early Career Award, so that those awards are funded by SAGE Publications. So that's all I wanted to say about that. Thank you.
Okay, the Robert B. Cialdini Prize is given to the author of a publication from this past year whose work uses field methods to demonstrate the relevance of social psychological research to a group or groups outside our field. This year's winning work is Language from Police Body Camera Footage Shows Racial Disparities in Officer Respect, which was authored by Rob Voigt, Nicholas Camp, Vinod Kumar Harakaran, William Hamilton, Rebecca Heedy, Camilla Griffiths, David Jurgens, Dan Jarowski, and Jennifer Eberhardt. This work was published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences and assessed the interactions of officers from the Oakland Police Department with community members by transcribing and analyzing body camera footage. A computer model was developed to rate how respectful each interaction was based on pre-existing scientific literature about respectfulness and politeness. The study's methodological rigor, external validity, and societal importance make it an excellent example of the values that Bob Cialdini brought to the field of social psychology. Congratulations to you all. Okay, the next award, the Award for Distinguished Service on behalf of Social and Personality and Social Psychology, recognizes ongoing transformative efforts by individuals to benefit the field of social and personality psychology. The winner of the 2018 Award for Distinguished Service on behalf of Personality and Social Psychology is Dave NUSSBAUM. Dave is a champion for personality and social psychology and consistently translates the field's research from words that live only on the pages of academic journals into work that is accessible to legions. As the founding editor of the Character and Context blog, he has built a team of associate editors and outstanding metrics that indicate the wide outreach on behalf of the field. In addition to the blog, he's an avid writer for the public and coach to colleagues in the field who turn to him for assistance. always the constant conduit to assist in sharing our science. Please join me in congratulating Dave. The next award of the evening honors an individual that has served SPSP in extraordinary ways, either in a single act or with cumulative contributions over time. The 2018 Award for Distinguished Service to the Society is presented to Stephanie FRYBERG. Stephanie has used her research and passion in many contexts, including her own community, within SPSP, and within APA, to initiate activities and act change. Always a passionate voice for underrepresented minorities, Stephanie's leadership is transformative and enriched by empirical science. As the SPSP representative to the APA Council, Stephanie showed remarkable courage in dealing with chronic and unresolved tensions about culture and diversity within the Council and APA, by not only speaking up, but then offering subsequent diversity training. Her ability to transcend tension and to be a calm voice for change within SPSP and APA has earned her the 2018 SPSP Service Desk SP Award. Thank you so much. The Media Award for Excellence in Science Journalism honors a member of the media for outstanding coverage of personality and social psychology. This year's award goes to James Ryerson. James is an editor of Broad Intellect who has worked for 2 decades at the intersection of science and journalism, translating psychological research in a way that informs, intrigues, and often delights. Since 2003, James has been an editor at the New York Times, first at the Sunday Magazine, and now at the Sunday Review and opinion sections, specializing in editing pieces about the work of and by scientists. James is also responsible for launching the Gray Matter column that appears weekly in the Sunday Review section of the New York Times, which, as its name suggests, is designed to offer readers insight into some of the most intriguing questions about the human mind, many of which focus on social and personality psychology. James not only offers thought-provoking analyses of such topics in his own writing, but he also creates context and provides support for social and personality psychologists so that our science has its broadest possible readership. Congratulations, James, and thank you. The SPSP Book Prize for the Promotion of Social and Personality Science honors a book written by a psychologist that promotes an understanding of social and personality psychology science for the general public. This year's award is presented to ABIGAIL MARSH. Abigail's best-selling book, The Fear Factor: How One Emotion Connects Altruists, Psychopaths, and Everyone in Between. This outstanding book, so appropriate for the times we live in, explores the extremes of human generosity and cruelty. In addition to being a best-selling author, Abigail is a TED speaker, an associate professor at the Department of Psychology and Interdisciplinary Neuroscience program at Georgetown University. She directs the Laboratory on Social and Affective Neuroscience at Georgetown, and her research has been funded by the National Institutes of Health, the National Science Foundation, and the John Templeton Foundation. Again, please join me in congratulating Abigail. Our next award honors the most outstanding and innovative theoretical contribution to social and personality psychology over the last year. For 2018, the Daniel M. Wegner Theoretical Prize goes to Guy Kahane, Jim Everett, Brian Earp, Lucius Caviola, Nadira Faber, Molly Crockett, and Julian Savalescu. I got it, I think. Congratulations. This award is for their 2017 paper, Beyond Sacrificial Harm, a two-dimensional model of utilitarian psychology. Jim Everett's accepting the award on behalf of his collaborator himself, along with Molly Crockett. This paper presented a new multi-dimensional model of utilitarian decision-making that balances the historical focus on maximizing the overall good against the equal importance of utilitarianism's impartial and altruistic core. This work garnered considerable positive press attention to outlets like Quartz and Scientific American and the Oxford Utilitarianism Scale. validated in the paper with samples of both lay people and moral philosophers, has already been translated into 5 languages. Congratulations on a fine piece of scholarship. The second Daniel Wegner Theoretical Innovation Prize goes to Tony Schmader and Konstantin Sedekidis for their 2017 article, State Authenticity as Fit to Environment, the Implications of Social Identity for Fit, Authenticity, and Self-Segregation. In this article, Tony and Konstantin introduce a conceptual framework known as SAFE, which seeks to understand how social identities motivate the situations that people approach or avoid. Given that people strive to be authentic, these processes cascade down to self-regulation among social groups, reinforcing social inequalities. Tony is a Canada Research Chair in Social Psychology at the University of British Columbia. Konstantin is the Professor of Social and Personality Psychology at the University of Southampton. They both conduct research focused on self and identity. Congratulations to you both. The Methodological Innovator Award was established to recognize an individual who has made significant and sustained contributions to novel and innovative methods in social and personality psychology. The 2018 Methodological Innovator Award goes to ELAINE HATFIELD. She is not attending, but so let me explain a little bit about ELAINE. ELAINE is a professor of psychology at the University of Hawaii and a past president of the Society for Scientific Study of Sexuality. ELAINE's scholarship was recognized by the 2012 William James Award for Lifetime of Scientific Achievement from the Association for Psychological Science. 2 of her books have won the American Psychological Association's National Media Award, and she was also honored with the Distinguished Scientific Achievement Awards from the Society of Experimental Social Psychology, the Society for the Scientific Study of Sex, and the University of Hawaii. So we're very proud to offer her this award. The Distinguished Scholar Award honors an individual who has made distinctively valuable research contributions across his or her career in areas that expand the core of social and personality psychology and/or integrates different topics in the discipline in significant ways. The 2018 Distinguished Scholar is Craig Anderson. Craig is a distinguished professor at Iowa State University and a past president of the International Society for Research on Aggression. Craig has produced over 200 publications spanning a wide range of areas including judgment and decision making, depression, loneliness and shyness, personality theory and measurement, and human aggression. Craig has established himself as a leading researcher in 2 areas, temperature-related aggression and violence, including climate change effects, and violent media-related effects. He has testified at the U.S. Senate on violent video game effects, and he has consulted with numerous U.S. state government officials on media violence, and he's advised government officials and NGOs in Canada, Australia, Japan, and Romania. Please join me in congratulating Craig. The next award is the Undergraduate Teaching and Mentoring Award, which is designed to recognize excellence in undergraduate teaching and student mentoring. No one could be more deserving than our winner, Neil Lutsky. Neil has taught at Carleton College since 1974 and holds the Keenan Chair in Psychology. He has also taught at Stanford University and the Danish Institute for Study Abroad. He helped establish the psychology department at Soka University in India and was the recipient of the 2011 American Psychological Foundation's Charles Brewer Distinguished Teaching of Psychology Award. Neil directs Carleton's Quantitative Inquiry, Reasoning, and Knowledge Project, or QUIRK, which is supported by the U.S. Department of Education, the National Science Foundation, and the Keck Foundation to promote education and quantitative reasoning across the curriculum. He also chairs the Association for Psychological Sciences Fund for Teaching and Public Understanding of Psychological Science. So let's give him one more round of applause. The AMBADY Award honors a personality or social psychologist who has demonstrated a career-long commitment to fostering professional and intellectual development of graduate and postdoctoral students and early career researchers. The 1918 NALINI AMBADY Award for mentoring excellence goes to Dr. KELTNER, who's not attending. Dr. fosters a culture of training and collaboration by fostering an inclusive climate where visiting faculty, graduate students, and postdoctoral scholars all have a voice in the lab. Dr. constantly encourages mentees to reach out to others in the field to create research connections and to identify new areas of research and opportunities for discovery. Dr. is a scientist and mentor to many, but is also a devoted family man, member of the broader Berkeley community, and engaged citizen. It is his ability to wear all of those distinct hats well as his ability to instill these values in others, is one of his important contributions to the lives and careers of his mentees. So congratulations, Doctor. The application of Personality and Social Psychology Award honors a social or personality psychologist who has applied theoretical or empirical psychological discoveries and advances to the understanding and improvement of important practical problems. Our winner this year is Daphne Oisman. She has spent the past 3 decades conducting research in laboratory and field settings to develop good theories of identity-based motivation and culture, situated cognition, theories that have not only advanced our understanding of social psychological processes, but have been awfully incredibly useful for improving outcomes for people across the globe. Her research served as a foundation for interventions to reduce aspiration attainment gaps in health, planning, and savings, as well as to understand consumer behavior in a host of settings, including public schools in Detroit, Chicago, and other locations in the United States, as well as internationally in Singapore and the United Kingdom. Daphne is the epitome of a Lewinian psychologist who works diligently to advance social psychological theory, but also ensures that those theories are useful for society. Please join me in congratulating her on this terrific award. The Carol and Ed Diener Awards in Personality Psychology and Social Psychology are generously endowed by the contributions of Carol and Ed Diener. These awards recognize 2 veteran scholars whose work substantially adds to the body of knowledge in our field. The 2018 Carol and Ed Diener Award in Personality goes to Sonia Lubomirski. Sonia is the professor and vice chair of psychology at the University of California, Riverside, where she has twice been recognized with her Faculty of the Year Award. She has authored the How of Happiness blog on Psychology Today since 2008 and has written 2 best-selling books, The How of Happiness and The Myths of Happiness, the latter having been translated and published into more than 20 languages. Among other discoveries, Sonia has identified the importance and limitations of interventions on increasing happiness, including the roles of giving versus receiving, gratitude, and self-affirmation. She has appeared on multiple TV and radio shows, in featured documentaries, and lectured to a variety of audiences across the world. Sonia's work on the science of well-being has received both the UC Riverside Distinguished Research Lecture Award and the Templeton Positive Psychology Prize. Please join me in congratulating her for this award. The 2018 Carol and Ed Diener Award in Social Psychology goes to Shigehiro Oishi. Sorry about that. His research focuses on variations in happiness across cultures and eras and a critical examination of optimal levels of happiness. He studies cultural differences in life satisfaction and seeks to uncover the causes and consequences of well-being and happiness in our work and personal lives. He has taught at the University of Minnesota and the University of Virginia and is now with the psychology department at Columbia University. His unusually innovative research and integrative scientific research on teaching focuses on the neurobiological and psychological underpinnings of cooperative decision-making, conflict regulation, group decision-making, and creativity. He has made tremendous contributions to social psychology, and he's expanded the scope of his work to encompass issues related to the neuroscience of social behavior and individual differences. Please join me in congratulating him on this terrific and well-deserved award. Oh, wasn't it? That's... Just the order of the class? Okay. Oh, geez. Okay, I'm sorry. No, I can't find it. Thanks. The Career Contribution Award recognizes distinguished scholarly contributions across long, productive careers of individuals who have made theoretical and empirical contributions to social and personality psychology. There are two winners of the Career Contribution Award this year. The first winner is Distinguished University of Texas at Austin, William SWAN. Bill has created a huge body of work that unites social and personality psychology in novel, clever, and important ways, beginning with his classic work on how social perceivers sometimes push back against behavioral confirmation, and continuing with his recent work on how identity fusion can motivate people to risk their lives for social groups. Bill's work has challenged some of the most cherished assumptions of personality and social psychology. Bill has never been afraid to engage with really big questions about the nature of the self, personality, and social reality. In recognition of Bill's 4 decades of thoughtfully asking important research questions, as well as the great care he has shown in training many students to do the same, SPSP recognizes Bill SWAN as the recipient of the 2018 SPSP Career Contribution Award. The second winner of the Career Contribution Award is Naomi Elmers. Naomi's work explores how social identities impact a variety of basic social processes in a broad array of contexts and with numerous social categories. In general, she investigates moral behaviors in groups and organizations and issues central to diversity and inclusion. Her work is multidisciplinary in nature and includes theorizing and methodologies from intergroup processes, social cognition, organizational psychology, health psychology, and social neuroscience. In fact, one of the most impressive aspects of Naomi's contributions is the variety of techniques that she uses to explore some of the most important social issues of our time, including inequality, trust, cooperation, migration, ethical actions, and climate change. In recognition of her sustained and significant contributions in these areas, SPSP is delighted to offer her the 2018 Career Contribution Award. Our next award was created and endowed by generous donations in the name of Donald Campbell. The Donald T. Campbell Award recognizes exceptional scholarly achievement and ongoing sustained excellence in research in social psychology. The 2018 Donald T. Campbell Award goes to Elliott Smith. Elliott Smith is a distinguished professor of psychological and brain sciences at Indiana University, has made significant theoretical and empirical contributions to the field of social psychology on an astounding number of fronts across 4 decades. His theoretical innovations and seminal empirical work have had a dramatic and lasting effect on theory and research in attribution, person perception, the self, social identity, group processes, intergroup processes, social influence, inequality, attitudes and attitude processing, stereotyping, prejudice, and emotion. Almost every major substantive area of research development within social psychology. Elliott is known as a generous collaborator and a wise mentor, an integrator of American and European perspectives, and was a key developer of one of our exemplary training programs, the Summer Institute for Social Psychology. Please join me in congratulating Elliott. The Jack Block Award is endowed in honor of Jack and recognizes a scholar for his research, or his or her research in personality psychology. Recipients of this award are known for their analytic sophistication, theoretical depth, and the quality and breadth of their scholarship. This year's Jack Block Award winner is Laura King. Laura has made important advances in the study of personal strivings, including work examining goal ambivalence and conflict, motive assessment, and the relationships between goals and well-being. Her pioneering research examines lay conceptualizations of the good life, using a narrative approach to examining well-being, maturity, and growth in the face of life difficulties, and leverage writing paradigms to dampen the impact of trauma, accentuate positive experiences, and motivate goal pursuit. Her work on meaning in life has challenged centuries-old assumptions of how people gain meaning in their lives, and reveals the important role of common human experiences, including positive moods and sense-making. In addition to her important research, Laura's commitment to the field and the high esteem with which she is held is held by being selected to serve as an editor for Perspectives on Psychological Science, the Personality and Individual Differences section of JPSP, and the Journal of Research and Personality. She was recognized with SPSP Service to the Field Award in 2015 and the Dean Award for Contributions to Personality and Psychology in 2011. In recognition of these substantial contributions to personality psychology, Laura King, congratulations for the 2018 Jack Block Award. Okay, our next award is new this year and was created to honor the work of Dr. Janessa Shapiro. I would like to invite Dr. Noah Goldstein, Janessa's husband, and some of her former students to join me on stage to introduce this new award and its first honoree.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Linda, for the opportunity to present the next award in honor of Janessa Shapiro. I'm so pleased to have so many of Janessa's former students and mentees joining me up on stage as we honor her. A few couldn't make it, but I'm so glad that so many of you could make it. I'll mention your names very quickly. Just raise your hands so folks know who you are. Clarissa, Femi, Ivy, Kira, Kanishiwa, Kaishea, Chantal, Elanam, and Enya. And did I miss anybody? No? Okay, cool. I also wanted to say that I'm so grateful to Chad Rummel and Linda and the SPSP Awards Committee, Steve Newberg, and many others for facilitating the creation of the Janessa Shapiro Diversity Fund. And of course, my sincerest thanks to the 182 donors to the fund. Collectively, we raised an astonishing $73,500. And this money not only supports the award we're giving out today, but also a minimum of 2 research grant awards per year to underrepresented grad students. Janessa would be so humbled by this. Of course, describing everything I admired about Janessa would require a Ted Cruz-style filibuster right now for the next 24 hours up at this podium, so I'll try to just pick one thing that I admired about Janessa. So the thing that I admired most about Janessa was her perspective on what it means to support a cause. So when someone says they support diversity and inclusion, or really any cause, there are 2 possible meanings of the verb to support. The first meaning of support is of the head and of the heart, to agree with an ideal, to have it resonate with your identity, and to truly believe that it's virtuous. Janessa certainly respected that meaning and felt it was important, but to Janessa, to support was a verb of action, not just of the head and the heart, but of the hands and the feet too. To her, to support something meant to actively attempt to fulfill those values, beliefs, and attitudes through numerous discrete, intentional behaviors. Even while going through the difficulties of cancer, Janessa woke up every morning and asked herself how she could be the best ally possible by using her hands and her feet to support what her head and her heart strongly believed in. This involved all sorts of things that I don't have time to go over, but I'll just mention a few. Ensuring that her lab was comprised of diverse individuals, signing herself up for various mentorship lunches, proactively volunteering for committees on diversity in her department, the university, SPSP, and NIH, and calling up underrepresented applicants who did not get her lab manager position so that she could counsel them on what they could do better to get the next job that they applied for. That's just an example of something that was unusual that she did and she thought to do. I admit that my own version of support has fallen short of the standard Janessa's set. Mine is mostly the head and the heart, and I personally vow to use my hands and my feet more as a way to honor her legacy. On behalf of Janessa's students and SPSP, it's our collective honor to present the inaugural Janessa Shapiro Award to someone who has both literally and figuratively run a marathon with her feet when it comes to supporting diversity and inclusion, Mickey Hebel. Come on up. So Mickey actively recruits, promotes, and inspired underrepresented graduate and undergraduate students. This includes over 70 diverse undergrad research assistants in Mickey's lab that have gone on to graduate school in psychology. Mickey's also served on countless university and departmental committees for diversity and inclusion at Rice, and she most recently convinced the provost to support funds for postdoctoral scholar to improve diversity and inclusion at the university. She was also largely responsible for the creation and funding of 2 awards that pertain directly to underrepresented minorities who study topics related to IO psychology. Mickey serves as a role model for the serves as a role model for the rest of us in this domain. And if you know Mickey, she serves as a role model for pretty much every other meaningful domain in life. So thank you very much.
Thank you to Noah and all those who contributed to launch the Janessa Shapiro Diversity Fund. We look forward to honoring Janessa and furthering her commitment to diversity and inclusion through this award. Let's give one more round of applause to all the winners this year. The success of our field is evident in the important accomplishments of these awardees, and we congratulate you all. Thank you for joining me tonight and honoring these individuals, and please join me for a reception and photos in the foyer to celebrate their many successes. Thank you very much.